planned to work in the voluntary community sector. It's just kind of how my path went.
I worked at Bracknell Forest Voluntary Action. We are now involved, and I was domestic support coordinator.
Prior to running the scheme, which I joined in 2012, I used to help the elderly in our community as a support worker.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Sadly I was made redundant, but now I'm back here and this is where I feel I belong.
Police. I joined the Thames Valley Police back in 1982 as a special constable, and then in 1984 I joined the Thames Valley Police full time, and I retired in 2015.
I was a psychiatric nurse for about 15 years, and from there I gradually gravitated towards management. I got made redundant there and came to Involve.
I studied drama and English at college, and I moved into housing, social care, and then later into education.
I've spent over 25 years helping businesses to win more business and to develop their own branding.
I came to Involve as a volunteer, first of all, and then I moved into paid employment in 2014.
So why the community and voluntary sector?
Why not the community and voluntary sector?
Getting to know my community and how it works, meeting people from all various walks of life.
I feel like I've come home. I love my world where people are selfless with the groups that they're in.
If you, like me, you've spent a long time chasing the corporate pound, you very quickly realise that there are better things you can do with your life, and working in this sector is definitely one of them.
We're amongst good people, and that's where it gives me pleasure to be in this environment.
So how do you see Involve in the scheme of things? How does the organisation sit within the wider community?
So Involve's a great charity. Previously Bracknell Forest Voluntary Action, previously other names, but it's been around for 30 or so years.
Well, we are the central support organisation, so for me that means simply that we're in the centre of voluntary communities.
I think there are some challenging times coming, and I think using volunteers is one way that we can support the sector to meet those challenges.
And we bridge a gap really between the community and corporate sector, and we all come together for a common purpose to make the community a better place to live in.
I think it's very humbling to see what these people do. I feel quite honoured to be in this role.
I think that Involve are central to the wider community. If every volunteer decided not to come to work today, the place would grow into a...
I have often said we have 24/7 horror sometimes on the TV. To come back to work, I feel it's reality and it's good. And
So it's our job to make sure that not only they do come to work and they are able to go to where they want to go to, but they're best equipped to do it when they get there.
And I'll be here, Involve will be here to help organisations and volunteers to meet and mutually benefit each other.
In those 30 years, it's always been involved in communities, people volunteering, local charities, etc. And that really struck me as something that I wanted to be involved with.
So where would you like to see Involve going in the future and the voluntary sector as a whole?
I would like to see Involve grow to be a totally self-sustaining organisation that is recognised as the brand of choice for people that think about the voluntary and community sector.
I want us to get bigger and stronger, where everyone knows our name, who we are. We will be doing more events, we'll be more workshops for the borough.
And I would like to see the voluntary and community sector recognised for what it really is and for the great work that it really does within the community.
Involve is here to support the local voluntary and community sector, and that's both across Bracknell Forest and the Wokingham Borough.
I want to outreach to the groups that are happy and ticking over, but I'd like to just meet up with them, let them know who we are, where we are, just in case they do need some support. Because, a lot of groups don't always realise that we're here and we can support in whatever way we can.
Our core work is development, support, training, funding, advice and guidance. Generally making a difference to local charities and community groups, trying to help them become more efficient, trying to help them grow, build capacity reach more people, etc. We're kind of like business coaches, but for the charity sector.
And finally, what is the very best thing about working with Involve?
The best thing about working at Involve are the people that work here, because they genuinely do make a difference, and it's great to be part of a team of people that are doing just.
It's the people, absolutely it's the people. It's the people I work with on a daily basis. It's the people who walk in off the street who are looking for volunteer opportunities, the people who pick up the phone looking to volunteer.
I just love being in this environment. We're all very similar, all on the same focus of helping each other.
I get to meet so many wonderful people that actually I feel privileged on a daily basis to do the role that I do.
It's very nice to hear feedback from volunteers and clients on how well they are getting.
The best thing about working for Involve is working with a lovely team.
I've not met anybody working for Involve that is a bit mediocre about the job.
I like the fact that my role goes some way to helping people and making the community a better place to live in.
I get to hear all the great stories and all the great stuff they do. I have an excellent board of trustees to back me up and support me. And all the partners that we work with are great.
And when I have done a match that's working, improving, helping both parties, it makes me feel very humble.
About the job, everybody's enthusiastic about the role that they perform. Very enthusiastic and it's very good.
I feel that Involve is in a great position to try and make Bracknell Forest, the Wokingham Borough and beyond a better place. And that's what we're trying to do, and I feel that's what we are doing, and we'll continue to do so long into the future.